beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. I am Olajumoke.
And I am Alex the leader.
You see what he just did to me there? He just left me hanging. When I expect him to continue, he won't continue. I don't know. Moving on. How are you guys doing? We hope you guys are doing good. And we hope you haven't missed us too much. I mean, it's only been a week, but hey. So this week we're going to be continuing from last week, where we talked about I finally moved to Canada. So I'm here now, and the next step was So
the plan was for her to maybe stay for like 2 months, then before we apply for a work permit. I wanted her to actually have that Canadian work experience, right, at least. But before that, there's one night I noticed that temperature was just too hot. It was high. One night, 2 nights, I was like, there's something up.
You know, at that time he was working the afternoon shift, so he was coming home around 11, and then he comes into the bed at 11. He's like, "Babe, you're warm. Like, why are you so warm? Are you ill?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine." Yeah, and then he goes, "Are you sure you're not pregnant?" I'm like, "What? Pregnant?" I was like, "No, I can't. No." You know, he was like, "Well, I think we should do a pregnancy test. By the way, I think you guys should know my king is a womb watcher. Yeah, like he knows people are pregnant before people actually see that they are pregnant. Like, you know, he'll look at someone and he'll tell me that, "Oh, Jumoke, don't you think this lady is pregnant? Don't you think?" I'll be like, "No, I don't think so." But later on, the person is actually pregnant. So beware.
I'm watching.
Beware. Anyways, yeah. So
she decided to actually get some pregnancy test kit. And I can remember that morning. I think I was sleeping. Then you give them the gist.
Oh Lord. Okay, so I just my period was actually messing around like earlier on in the year. So I had actually taken a pregnancy test like 2 months before, and I saw that, you know, I wasn't pregnant. So now when I was taking a pregnancy test that morning, I just wanted to do it because, I mean, you know, the last time I took it and there was nothing, you know, like we're fine, we're good. So I expected to see the same thing. So I checked it, and, you know, I saw the first line, I'm like, normal. When I saw the second line, guys, all of a sudden I was cold. It was in the summer, but I just became cold. I was sitting on toilet seat and I was shaking, like I was shivering, because 1 million thoughts were going through my mind, like, oh my God. I wasn't ready. Like, let me just put it that way. I wasn't ready. It was unexpected, and I just couldn't stop shivering. And I just carried the pregnancy test to the room, and I just went to, because my husband was still sleeping. I just tapped him like, babe, wake up. It's positive. And then he goes, you know, now I just woke him up from sleep now, and then
my brain is to boot.
Yeah, and then he goes, positive. What does that mean? I'm like, it means I'm pregnant. You know, at that point he just got up, he hugged me and all, but I was still in shock. Now I was shocked because, guys, come on. First of all, the long distance, we had to jump through hurdles. We just got together, like we just started living together. Like, can I breathe? Can I breathe? Can I be me? Can we be us? You know, can we just be ourselves? You know, that was everything that was going through my mind. That was one. Then secondly, I always joked that I didn't have the bone of motherhood in me. Like, it was just always a joke. I said, like, And then lastly, you know, motherhood is a life of sacrifice, and it changes your life, right? And I was not ready for none of that. I still wanted to be selfish. I still wanted to be my husband's babe, not mommy somebody. You understand? I still wanted to be a babe, you know. But it happened. It happened. And
on the other hand, actually, I think from the first scare, I think then I've already prepared my mind. Like, I think it's about time, right? So when she told me it was positive that she's pregnant, I was happy, because you know, this is the first time. This is the first time, like, you know, when there's just this feeling that, okay, yes, as a man, you can actually impregnate a woman. I don't know. Maybe some guys will understand, but it just
Guys,
made
do
me.
you understand?
Yeah. It just made me feel like okay, yes, it's
Yeah, you are a man
exactly
now.
strong
You know?
man.
Strong man.
So it was a good feeling. I was happy, even though we're still trying to be settled. But I knew, like they always say, children will bring their own money from heaven.
That's
To
so.
bring their own blessings. And I think then we now noticed that okay, she was actually even pregnant when we decided
When
for
I
her
moved
to
into
move
Canada,
to
I was
Canada.
already pregnant.
Even
Right.
when I went for the interview, just I took my whole family, to the interview. So it was just, I think from those points forward, it was just blessings upon blessings. It just
Yeah.
shows that these children they bring blessings from heaven.
So while he was happy, me, the knocked up party, I was going through like so many emotions, at that time. It took some time, for it to grow on me. I kept thinking about how's my life gonna change, just like the few thoughts I had, especially when it wasn't something I wanted to do at that moment. Like we were still thinking that maybe later in the year, just not right now, but I mean, I'm really happy now. Anyways, and we were just trying to settle into the house. In fact, as at that time, the house was coming together though. Like the first thing we bought was the bed, so that we could stop sleeping on the air bed. Then the next thing we bought was the couch. I think we bought the TV weeks later. We bought the TV stand. In fact, every other thing came like later, like at some point. The couch was the one that came next. Actually, please, you guys, little story about the couch. There's something that happens when you eventually find out that you're pregnant. It's almost as if everything now hits you. All the symptoms that you're not feeling or you weren't feeling before just suddenly start to feel all of them. Anyways, that day that the couch was supposed to come to the house, guys, I don't know how it happened. So now the other room
I think I was
is
working
where,
nights that time.
yes, he was working nights that period, and he's like, okay, babe, they're gonna bring the couch in the morning at 10 a.m. Now I turned the other room into my work studio, like into like a mini studio, like a shop. I had my sewing machines there and all that. Now he had told me that they were going to call his phone. I took his phone with me into the studio, right?
While I was sleeping.
While he was sleeping, because I did not want to miss the call. I'm like, I am going to catch that call today. So I took his phone, I took my phone. I was carrying the phones everywhere with me in the house. Then I felt sleepy. Then I decided to go and take a nap. Then I picked my phone, thinking it was his phone I picked. Then I left his own phone on the table. And the couch people came. And they called and called. And Jumoke was sleeping. Now the thing is, I thought it was his phone I picked with me in the room, and I put the phone on the dresser, right? So then he wakes up and says, oh my god, it's 11 o'clock, they were supposed to come by 10. Is the couch here? And I wake up too and I'm like, oh god, I was sleeping. Like the couch, I'm like, oh no. I would have heard the phone ring. And then he was like, okay, where's my phone? And I'm like, it's on the dresser. And then he looks and says, where is my phone, baby? It's on the dresser. And I'm like, that moment when I realized that it was my own phone that was on the dresser, and then I ran to the other room, I picked the phone, and lo and behold, several missed calls. Oh, my husband was not happy with me. As in, like, he was, and he's not an angry person. Like, he's not a person that actually expresses anger. Like, I don't know how to explain, but he's not like me that'll flare up, and he was just quiet, like mute. And I knew he was angry, and I felt so bad. And I'm like, don't be angry with me. I don't know how it happened. Like, and this was just the beginning of my life change, of like the drastic life change, and all the things that came with pregnancy that I didn't realize. It's just, it was a lot. Anyways, moving on. So when we found out I was pregnant, what was the next thing we did?
So what we did was that I think we told a couple of close friends.
Yeah, very close friends.
So because they've gone through the pregnancy journey in Canada, so we wanted to know which steps we need to take, right? So they advised us to actually get midwife. So I think one of the issues was the fact that we didn't have a family doctor then.
Yeah, it was. So it was a couple of things.
Yes. I would have a family doctor, and I think I needed to work for like 6 months to be able to get my entire
working
health
health insurance.
Insurance card.
Mm-hmm.
So there were so many things, and
Yeah.
midwives, they were free.
Yeah, so the midwives were free. So a couple of things influenced our picking midwives. Number one, it was free. And I didn't have health insurance because I was still on a visit visa at that point in time. I hadn't got my work visa yet. To get health insurance, my husband had to have worked for 6 months. I remember we just got the job, right? Like some months before. So we just got a job. You would have had to work for 6 months before we qualified for health insurance. Lastly, we didn't have a family doctor. So it was strange because I mean everything was new to us and him as well, even though he had been in Canada before, but he has never been pregnant before. So when they told us that, oh, the best option for you is, use midwives since they're free, we're like, okay. And then lastly, the last reason was because we were new in the city of Brantford. Like, we didn't know. We knew only one person, actually. Like, one of your friends from Sarnia, just one person. And there was the worry of, okay, what if I go into labor and you're not here right now, you're not there at that moment? What happens to me then? So midwives they will come and get you wherever you are. They are fantastic. It's like being pregnant with your sister, for real. So it was actually the best option for us. So those are the things that influenced us, and God really wanted us to do that. Like, in retrospect, it was the best thing we could have done, getting midwives.
Yeah, and that
It's almost 12 minutes. Okay, so let's stop.
one thing about midwives is that they are very friendly. They're very minimal.
It's
invasive.
minimally invasive, yeah.
Then and one thing too was that the good thing was where we actually decided to live was like 4 minutes walk
Yeah.
to the hospital.
The hospital.
4
And
minutes
midwives are opposite
the hospital. So
Yeah.
everything was it worked out well.
It worked out well. When we're sitting down and thinking about it, like one of those days when we sit down and count our blessings while I was still pregnant at the time, it was like when he was looking for an apartment, we were not thinking about, oh, my wife is pregnant, we need to be close to the hospital. No, it was just, we just found this apartment. We just found ourselves literally like 4 or 5 minutes walk from the hospital. Like, we just found ourselves there. So after we had been advised, now the friend that advised us, oh, you should call midwives and everything, that for her, when she applied for midwives, because you have to apply, right? It's not like they don't take everybody too. That's another thing. You can apply, then they'll sit down and meet and decide whether they want to take your case or not. So she had told me that for her, it took about 4 weeks or so before they responded to her. So as I found out, I should just call them immediately. We don't know how long it's going to take or whatever. Just try your luck. So I decided that, so I checked the number, Midwives of Brantford. I just Googled it and I called their number and I spoke with someone on the phone. So she asked me a couple of questions. They'll ask you everything. When was the last period? When was, asked everything. I told her, oh, I just found out. Do you know how far gone you are? No, I have no idea. And then she said, okay, they would need to know how far gone I am and my due date. So they would need me to do a dating ultrasound or something, and that they would think about it. They would have a meeting and they would call me back and let me know whether they wanted to take my case or not. So we heard that, we're like, okay, fine. So we didn't still know what to do. We didn't have a family doctor, so we didn't know how we were gonna get the ultrasound done because we needed a requisition, right? We couldn't just show up at Brantford Radiology and just say, oh, hi guys, can you scan me? We needed a requisition. Now we were waiting. We kind of just forgot about it and just continued moving on and continued praying and all of that. And then next thing, within a week, the midwives called me back and they told me that, oh, hi Olajumoke, we've thought about your case and we want to take your case. Have you done the dating ultrasound? And I was like, no, I haven't done the dating ultrasound. And they were like, okay, you need to do the dating ultrasound and get back to us so we can know when to schedule your first appointment. Guys, it was within a week. I wasn't even expecting it to be that fast, because I had actually placed my mind on, okay, it's going to take about 4 weeks or even more, thereabouts, but it took that short. So I told her on the phone that, oh, I didn't know how to get the ultrasound done or where to get a requisition from. That's why we hadn't done it. And then she was like, oh, you know what? Just go to a walk-in clinic. Any walk-in clinic and, just get it done. And if you don't have health insurance, you probably have to pay out of pocket. And I was like, okay, no problem, man. So that was how it was. We went to do the dating ultrasound and we found out our baby's due.
Yeah. So the good thing, what I want to say is that midwives are good.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Very friendly. They are like your sister, like she said. They're very caring. They will come to your house. So for us, that was the best decision we actually made, to actually get a midwife instead of
an OB.
OBGYN. OBGYN.
OBGYN, yeah.
So that's one. And if you're pregnant, you should need to get requisition to actually know how far you got, and the due date is compulsory.
It's one of the things they would ask you, because they want to know like if they have space, I think, in that month. So yeah, it was
but if you had a family doctor already, it's very easier to just go to a family doctor and
yeah, we didn't have that at the time, so this was our only option basically.
So it was a good feeling for me and for us later on.
Yeah, later on I had to catch on
for her.
I had to catch on because it took some time for
me. For me it was just like a blessing. So blessing upon blessing.
Yeah, blessing upon blessing upon. Well, we're gonna stop here now, and we'll probably give you guys the full what we did and the things that happened to us during our pregnancy gist in the next week's episode. So thank you so much guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for
taking your time
to watch our videos, to subscribe. Thank you for the feedback we've been getting. This is what we're here for, and we really appreciate it.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Till we see you guys again in our next video. Have a fantastic week.